they said, oh, by the way, there's a wolf sanctuary up that direction.
I literally saw something that was, 8 feet or however tall.
Long, glowing light that was kind of undulating.
Because I know one animal in particular that you're bringing in, or human hybrid.
We actually saw prints. It's just another day for you guys.
Yeah, and it sounded like it was right in here. I don't want to say ape-like because I don't believe that they're ape-like whatsoever. Oddly enough, her nickname is Little Sasquatch.
It says, don't feed the animals, Allie. Do you have any snacks in your pocket?
I'm gonna check all my pockets.
Because where we're headed right now, I could have put a few little puppy treats in her pocket and it'd be bad news.
Very bad news.
So we're here at the, what's known as the Dungeness Olympic Game Preserve, just outside of Sequim, Washington. And they've got a little bit of everything here. They've got a llama, they've got some, I think, fallow deer, if I got that right. Big, beautiful
bison,
white deer, bison,
elk.
a lot of elk. I don't know if they have tigers. Let me flip it around and see. We're not inside the game preserve. We want to be inside the game preserve. I don't know if they're exactly open yet this time of year.
I don't know.
Could stand to reason on a nice day like today, they might be open, but...
Yeah, we're not here for these guys though, are we?
No, we're not, no. So we're headed up there, back up to Mystery Mountain. Now that's not the real name of the mountain, but it's the name that we're using here right now. But we are headed up, well, I guess we just kind of have to give it up at this point. We're headed up towards a place called Blue Mountain Wolf Preserve, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And
a sanctuary.
A sanctuary,
Yeah.
Indeed.
They're a nonprofit and they have like 27 wolves or something like that with different levels of content. Like some of them are high content wolves, some are mid and some are low. And I think they have like mastiffs, a couple of giant English mastiffs as well.
What do you mean by content?
The level of like DNA of the wolves.
Oh, okay. So some aren't pure wolves. Some of them are hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We spoke to them a little bit based upon the fact that our previous interview at said Mystery Mountain, also known as Blue Mountain, because now we're going to have to give it up because we want to promote these guys and their sanctuary. But we were following on some leads when we were there.
Yeah.
Tell people a little bit about the leads that we had, Allie.
Well, so we went to the Our Corner store, which is right off 101, and luckily the gal that was working there was nice enough to like tip us off about the Airbnb reported sighting that Jeremiah Byron told us about, and we tried to look into, but we couldn't quite find exactly where it happened. And then they said, oh, by the way, there's a wolf sanctuary up that direction that has had activity, and that there was like a vocalization or something that kind of made the wolves stop doing their howls. And then you talked to them. You want to tell that part?
Well, yeah, I don't want to like spoil it. I don't even know if we can use their names. Like, it's not fully established whether or not we can film the witnesses.
Yeah.
But, which I hate to do to the audience, but we still have to do this episode because it's a freaking wolf sanctuary.
Yeah.
We heard that there was one little incident of a howl. Turns out there seems to be a whole lot more. So we don't really know what we're getting into. We don't even know if we can get into the wolf sanctuary proper, right? Like, maybe we'll be behind a fence the whole time. And if you've ever been around a wolf, it feels like you're set back in time. Like, you're around a wild animal and you feel it every step of the way. So I'm a little bit nervous. Like, I wore thicker fabric today just in case there's little, wolf nips coming my way. Anyway, the other thing too I wanted to mention, the reason we came here too is that not only the possibility that we can get in with a wild animal, because I hear that there is Bigfoot stories right here at the Olympic Game Preserve. The Dungeness River is right over this way where that bald eagle was at, and I think they've been seen coming in and out of the river, crossing over this fence or being in and around the bison over here. So this is all just rumors, but what if, right? So we're in between a lot of rivers coming down from the Olympic Peninsula, and so this wolf sanctuary is smack dab between two well-known Bigfoot corridors. I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It makes sense that they would be curious about animals that aren't like natively from here, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, what is that?"
Should we
Oh,
look around here a little bit and show them?
Oh, he's on top. Look at him.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
So, Grizzly Adams was an old TV show, and the name of the bear that was kept on set was named Ben. And then Ben from Grizzly Adams retired over here. This is like what the original enclosure for, I think he was a big brown bear. Maybe there's a little memorial there. There's a little log cabin like Grizzly Adams used to live in. If you don't pay anything, all you get to see are the ducks and the llamas. Well, let's get out of here and head up to this really once in a lifetime opportunity.
I'm a little bit nervous, but
And you're a dog person, which, you know,
or just animals in general. I've never been around wolves before, so
yeah. We watched some YouTube videos last night. These things are quick, so
they're a little different than doggies.
it's the real deal, and some possible Bigfoot stuff. So
Yeah.
when you see us next, we'll be up there. We just got here, and you can kind of see a little bit of kennels over here. One thing that Allie and I forgot to mention is tonight is the blood moon. Like, it's a full moon, but like 3:33, it's supposed to be at like its height of like a lunar eclipse and be blood red. I can't think of a cooler place to be than with a bunch of wolves here.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, here we go.
They're redoing the fencing. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Is that okay where we parked? Oh, absolutely. Cool.
John, thanks for having us, man.
Absolutely.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
We're so excited just to be in the company of your friends here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go tall with the fences, I'm sure.
8 feet.
8
and
feet.
Then lean-ins on some, and then we
Wow.
always do 4-foot dig guards
Yeah.
so they can't dig out.
Oh my gosh.
We got enclosures all the way around the house.
Oh my gosh.
So now our next phase is each group is going to get
okay.
enclosures in the woods. So we're doing like, we got two different 5-packs that are getting, we're doing a 6-acre enclosure, a 4.5-acre enclosure, and then all the pairs are going to get 2 acres.
So who do we have here?
That's Maitreya.
Maitreya. There's going to be 27 other names or 26 other names I have to learn?
We
Or
got 35 total.
35.
Oh my gosh.
And so how many are 100% hybrid?
So technically we don't have any,
Okay.
but we do have the very high 90s, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
They're buddies. Are you guys buddies?
so per the USDA, you can't, in order to get pure wolves, then we'd have to do a whole other thing and
Oh,
then
wow.
work with Fish and Game.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is we have like 99%ers.
That's pretty
And
high.
it's like, you know,
Yeah. Basically
you
there.
know, you don't see dog in them.
Yeah.
So Blue Mountain Wolf Sanctuary is where we're at right now in Washington State, and we're here with John. His wife Ash is up here in the pen and enclosure. So tell us just a little bit about your operation when you started.
We got here about 8 years, almost 9 years ago.
Yeah.
We had like 9 rescues at the time, something like that. And then once we bought this property, it just started expanding out, and it just, one rescue led to another. And so we're at 35 total with all the dogs and wolf hybrids.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
because on the website, I think it said 27. So you've grown. Every year you grow with numbers on.
Basically, yeah, we always say we're done rescuing, and then there's always
Yeah.
another one. And a lot of them are family blood related as well. So we have like a great grandpa that's 17 years old right now.
Okay.
And so he's the dad of one, he's the grandfather to others, and then he's the great grandfather to a 5-pack that we rescued, having no idea they were even related whatsoever until afterwards. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I've noticed here, we haven't even got started on looking at your property, but everything is kind of sectioned up. You know, there's only 2 dogs in here, wolves in here. How do you section up? How do you figure out where the wolves go and who goes
So
with
it
who?
kind of depends. Once they get to an older age, we really can't integrate them with adults that are already here.
Yeah.
Very territorial, and then male-female aggression dominance, things like that. We've never had any incidents where anybody's gotten seriously hurt, but we don't even try because we know it's not going to happen.
Right.
So essentially, unless it's blood that we're rescuing and there's more than two, we can take the whole pack and it's no big deal. But it's really hard to, because nobody's looking to give up a puppy, even though
Yeah.
they know at that point, 6 months, they're not going to be able to handle it. Where wolves, I could take any puppy that's 3 to 4 months old and put him in with any of the wolves because they love puppies. But like in the wild, they'll be born around, May and June, and they're already hunting by September, October. So the pack already sees them as old enough to start hunting with the pack. And that's basically what these guys see is once they hit around the 4 to 5 months old age, they see them as adults and not puppies anymore. So then we can't integrate them with anybody we want to. So we have to do a completely separate enclosure and then rescue a male or female, or sometimes we've rescued two at the same time that can just go into the enclosure.
Okay. And
But-
are you breeding them?
No, we don't breed.
Nothing
we
like
just
that?
no. It's we
So no one's just
rescue.
like, I want a wolf puppy. Can you get
Yeah, we don't do
No.
that. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Now you're out in the middle of nowhere by all accounts for city folk.
Intentionally.
Yeah. Are you bringing in other animals here? Because I know one animal in particular that you're bringing in, or human hybrid. But when it comes to like other
I
supposed...
think it was here before we were.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, coyotes. What are coyotes doing now that you have a sanctuary up here?
So we got black bear, which we've seen scat literally right up against the fence line, and it only happens in the middle of the night, and the wolves literally don't care about them. And in the wild, they've been known to work together as well, bears and wolves. So it's
Yeah.
kind of fascinating that way. Coyotes were standoffish, and then they started going around, and they realized basically what's happened is the deer, the coyotes, and the other animals that are non-predators around. I mean, I know the coyotes are, but the cougars up here are the big predator. And so they use our property for protection because the fencing's been in for so long. They feel comfortable being around the wolves, and the deer especially know that it's a safe haven because predators won't come in here and try to get them.
Oh.
So we've had huge 4-point bucks that are literally walking 3 feet along the fence line.
That's
And
crazy.
the wolves are fed every day
Yeah.
a lot of meat, and so they're not, the only thing they do is they kind of get low in stock and then kind of lunge at them just for play or whatever. But
Oh, thirsty boy.
so we had a mother coyote up here with 3 yearlings, and they were kind of wreaking havoc around the area. And we think they were going after a coyote because it came flying out of the woods. And when we have a pond down there and another enclosure with a 5-pack, and it stayed literally in between the two because it was just jumping up, howling, going crazy. It was obviously scared out of its mind.
Yeah.
But it was using the wolves for protection because it knew that the cougars wouldn't come onto the property or get close enough to do anything.
Wow.
So, and cougars are the only thing that'll set a wolf off around here.
Yeah, you were saying that. The
Yeah.
cougars are the one thing. It's awe-inspiring. It really feels like you're in a storybook when you look at a wolf. Like there's something that reconnects, like an old part of our DNA. Just like I recognize this energy somehow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Is that what's happening with you? I mean, how did you get involved with such an alpha predator?
I mean, they're actually, the biggest misconception with wolves, and this is the saddest part, is they are not aggressive whatsoever. So I could throw you in any single enclosure with like the 5-pack of 90%ers, and they'll literally lose all bodily control on the spot, and then they'll
Really?
just stay as far away from you as possible. So we got mastiffs to kind of roam the property, essentially to protect the wolves, because the wolves are not guard dogs. They're not aggressive. They're not going to do anything. They just want to run. So I had one years ago, and then I got another little girl, and Ash got the boy from the same litter, and that's actually how we met.
Yeah.
And it turned out the breeder was just horrible. This is back in the day when you really couldn't see what was going on with breeders and things like that online. And so we got together, and it was basically, if we can rescue those animals, especially the mom and the dad of the two that we had, that's what we were going to do. And then it started spiraling, essentially.
And I've heard stories from bow hunters, possibly wandered onto tracks myself as recent as maybe a week ago. Are there wolves out here? Wild wolves?
We're told there isn't. So they were eradicated I believe it was the early 1900s. A few years ago, this is the only thing that we've ever come across. Around breeding season, which usually is going to happen between January and February for wolves. They only breed or go into heat one time a year. And that's essentially the 2 months period or the month and a half period where they're going to do that. And at about 2 o'clock in the morning for 3 nights in a row, they all kept howling. And their howls are different. You know, if they're just a fat and happy howl because they just got fed, or if something's going on or somebody's bickering, they all howl. But this was a little bit different, and I went outside and I could literally hear a wolf up in the hills howling to them, and they were responding back.
So you got confirmation they're here.
It could have been somebody, it could have been somebody that had a really high content that couldn't handle it and dumped it in the woods, and there's tons of stories like that. Or, I mean, you have 1 million acres there, so how are you going to find a wolf pack?
I'm Ashley. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Ashley.
We're also here with Ashley, who is the other face of the Blue Mountain Wolf Sanctuary. And you just got done doing, sounds like the morning chores, cleaning.
Still in the process.
Still in the process, yeah.
But yes.
We've interrupted, but they're kind enough to let us come in.
How did you guys meet? And you met on wolf.com or where?
Yeah.
Well, we actually...
Plenty of wolf.
So we actually met...
online.
Yeah, that was turned around. We actually got pups from the same litter. And that's how we met. And I was living down in Nevada, actually, and ended up moving up to this area. And we connected via social media because we knew we each had a pup from the same litter.
Yeah.
And yeah, that kind of it spiraled from there. And we started a wolf sanctuary.
Yeah. Wait, when did you guys start this again?
So we moved to this property in 2019.
Okay.
And that's basically when the sanctuary really started to take form. But we had been rescuing for several years before that.
Wow. Well, do you guys want to give us a little tour around?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Right now it's a little torn up because we're in the process of major expansion, which is why there's all these fencing rolls here. That's Julian.
Hi, Julian.
What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Now, who's this?
This is Kumara.
Kumara, you're
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
Kumara has a bit of an autoimmune disorder, which is why his nose looks a
Snotty?
little scabby right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bud. I feel you.
Beautiful.
If you want to, you can just put your hand flat.
Can I smell it? Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
So body language-wise, you're just saying that you can tell that they're comfortable with us because they're coming close to the gate?
So we'll see as you go around, but the
Yeah.
others that are schizo of people or have been really abused, which has been a good handful of them, won't even get close.
Yeah.
These guys we got as puppies, so they're used to noises, they're used to people. We socialized them like crazy, but you can tell in the mannerism. So, I mean, just him coming up, obviously, he's not scared whatsoever. The tail isn't tucked. He's not showing any signs of anything.
And they already ate today?
Yeah.
Nice. We watched a fair amount of YouTube videos on what to do and what not to do around wolves.
Oh, I mean, you guys have really good energy, so that's the biggest
main thing?
Yeah, completely.
Wolves have their own energy compared to other animals, I would imagine. And, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think every being, whether it's
Yeah.
animal or human, has their own energy signature.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that one?
Yeah, this is our Elwha.
Oh my goodness.
These guys are 50%.
Hi.
Nesta,
Hello.
Becca, Shiloh, and Grogu?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, they were all born on May 4th and all came with Star Wars names.
Oh my God.
So the Grogu was the white boy and he was their favorite, so they asked if we'd keep his name.
Yeah.
Now, who's the guy in the back here on the back right?
That's their
Lily.
sister.
The sister?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she runs the show.
Oh, yeah, you run the
Yeah.
Yeah, the boys do not cross their sister.
What's going on?
So they're 50% energy. You got 25% Malamute, 25% Shepherd, and then 50% Wolf.
Wow.
And you can obviously see the difference in the way they look and everything else compared to the real high contents.
Oh, yeah. They just want to be loved.
Yeah,
Little
Shiloh's
lovers.
our resident ham. He loves to ham it up.
It's okay. Grogu. It's all right.
In your head, out of nowhere, just Bigfoot with this energy and this feeling, right, that goes along with it. And it happened literally the whole time I was driving up to Mount Rainier to get to the very top. And I got to the very top before you get into the welcoming center, which was closed because it was in the middle of the night. And I kept getting this energy and this feeling of Bigfoot. And it's lasted for like an hour and a half. And I get to the top and I stop because there's nobody up there. and literally somebody took a rock, and there's nobody up there, took a rock and lobbed it up and dropped it on the top of my Jeep.
Whoa.
You still got a dent on your Jeep?
I don't
from
have
that?
the
Oh,
Jeep
you don't have
anymore.
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it wasn't done in a way of get out of here.
Yeah,
that
it was
type.
a
It
gentle-
was like a playful way of like, I know you're coming up here. There you go. And it was, I mean,
You saw the
Yeah.
rock? Like hit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hit right
Good-sized
above.
rock or what? What are we
like,
talking? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bigger than a golf ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Kept getting it the whole time, just that hit of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Bigfoot on the whole drive going up there through the woods. And then I get to the top and stopped, and it was like just somebody just did that.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna get to your
Yeah.
Bigfoot stuff here.
So-
Let's see the rest of your. You got
The
so
dream
much to
team?
show us. Look how they kind of move like a gimbal on a camera. You know, that's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
fluid
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're-
very slinky and
Yeah. and quick. That was the other thing I didn't know is how quick they eat. Like I was.
Well, I
Someone-
mean, that's the whole.
I mean, they're so quick.
That's the whole term
when they grab
of like
a calorie point.
some-
It's just like.
Yeah. When somebody says
Yeah.
you just wolf that down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it's literally
It came from a place.
that's what it is.
Okay, so it came with a pond, or
No, we actually
Put that in?
put that in for them.
Yeah, so that's going to be in one of our extensions. So every pack and prepare is going to have between an acre and 6 acres in the woods. Wow. To run and play.
Allie, what do you think of this?
Stunning.
Yeah, you're kind of lost for words.
Yeah. That's Guinevere.
I mean, their eyes really suck you in a way that something supernatural would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guinevere.
And a lot of the time with wolves, which is why I think people get so intimidated, is they don't show a lot of body language. And a lot of people say it's like they just look through your soul.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to read them compared to a dog that's wagging its tail, the ears are up and down, all that type of stuff. A lot of the times they won't show any of those. And so people automatically just get scared of them because they don't know how to read them or work with them or anything else.
Well, and the pads of their feet are just extraordinary.
Yeah.
So do people bring you roadkill?
No, we used
does that work?
we used to butcher everything, and then once we became a nonprofit, Walmart has a program where we can pick up from. Right now, we're picking up from 3 different stores every week.
Okay.
And that's how we essentially feed them. So we'll go through and sort out like anything with really high sodium or that's seasoned that's not good for them and throw that stuff out. We'll either feed them right away or we have a commercial grinder, so we'll grind everything up.
This is Guinevere, and how do you say Zua?
Yeah, Zuya.
Zuya? Okay, what else do we got ahead? Now, what happened with your tripod over here? I see you got a wolf limping. Do we know why? 3 legs?
She was in a fight with another female.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's how serious a fight can be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that common?
If we put females in together that were adults, it would be. Yeah,
Really?
very territorial.
When did they learn how to howl?
Oh.
I mean, immediately?
Little itty bitty babies.
There can't be anything cuter than
Oh, yeah.
No.
a wolf pup.
No,
You're saying you have a 17-year-old wolf?
we do. Happy.
How old do they live? Like, what's their typical?
So in the wild, I believe the average is 4 to 6 years. In captivity, depending on how you treat them, if they're living the best life possible with food and everything else, 10 to 12 years. Our vet says any day after 12 is always a gift.
So Happy
So-
is like a miracle?
Happy
really
is a
is.
miracle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's Happy's daughter.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I hope that's picking that up. It started a party.
They're all gonna go.
It's just another day for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, though. There's a harmony in there.
Yeah.
Maybe shoot that way.
Okay.
I watched the videos. I just got to put a leg behind you.
Oh, for support?
Balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Is that true?
So oddly enough,
Happy?
her nickname is Little
Oh my
Sasquatch.
goodness.
Oh, is it?
She's a big girl.
Gentle. Oh my goodness.
Do I smell good?
So like the Elwha pack, we found out that Happy is their great grandfather.
Well, and who do we have here?
That's Leia.
Hi, Leia. Hi, what are you doing? So there's other things that have happened here on the property. Like you guys talk about a time 8 years ago when you moved here and you were looking for the edge of your property.
Yeah, for a
And-
corner marker.
Was that your first sign that you may have visitors Sasquatch activity?
Yeah, because it was only within the first month of us actually moving in here.
Okay.
So, and it was, I mean, it was fascinating because we knew exactly where we were. We found the corner marker.
Yeah.
And we essentially knew that we had to take a right, and that's to follow our line going to the other corner marker.
Yeah.
And we got completely disoriented, and we walked into a huge patch of, it was like 5 to 6 inch trees. They were all snapped at about 8 feet tall coming down, where we literally couldn't get through. And Ash was thinking Bigfoot at the time. I was thinking something was definitely going on. And then it kind of, for myself personally, I kind of got disoriented completely. I don't even know how to explain. The energy completely shifted. That's the best way I could describe it. And out of the left side of my peripheral, I literally saw something that was, 8 feet or however tall, and it was going right by me. And right by me as in like 30 feet away, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Describe it, what you saw.
I mean, it was black, it was tall, it was on 2 legs, and it literally and it was fast moving by.
Yeah.
And then the wolves started howling after that happened, and not in any type of like a concerned way. They were just singing to sing. And once we heard them howling, we realized that we were completely off where we thought we were going. So it was like, instead of us taking a right once we hit the corner marker, we took a left and just kept going away from the house, which made no sense to both of us. I mean, you can get lost in the woods really easily, but it wasn't one of those that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? We knew where we were.
And you described how it's hard to find this place again.
We never found it again.
And so after it ran past you, did you hear it leave? Or did it just make a quick motion?
No, that was kind of it. Didn't
Okay.
hear anything else. We just kind of sat there. And then, I mean, we weren't scared. It wasn't threatening or anything
Yeah.
else. We didn't weren't feeling any
So you
energy.
didn't get
of
any dread response like you did in the redwood. You talked about that story.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It was more just like letting you know that they're there type of thing. It wasn't get out of here or anything. Not that we felt anyway. So.
Wow. I mean, is there one area here on the property where you guys get a feeling that you're being watched? Are there sections of the land? Like Allie and I have a section on our property.
I'd say down at the corner down there, there's been a few times.
Yeah.
Okay, Ash is pointing down here on the
Yeah.
corner, so just to the left of your fence? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the left of the
Yeah.
gate, kind of that area.
Okay.
On the back side of the woods enclosure with the Gracia Maitreya in it, we actually saw prints in the ground.
No,
it was
Yeah.
only the
she's
one
showing
time.
like this.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
18
It
or
was-
better?
It was.
I mean, I wear size 12, and it was probably
Yeah.
out to there. I mean, it was,
and plain as day
Yeah.
footprint with
Toes.
toes.
yeah.
In the
whole
mud or in
thing.
the hard ground?
Kind of a half and half.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like forest soil where
Yeah.
it's not muddy, but it's saturated with moisture.
Enough where the imprint was just, yeah. So I couldn't replicate it if I tried, and I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
But it was like this half whooping sound, almost like, I don't want to say ape-like because I don't believe that they're ape-like whatsoever. It was just a noise I have literally never heard around here before. And it sounded like it was at our gate. It was really loud. And then all I heard was like stomping in place, not running, and we're talking huge. So not a deer, not, the only other thing that I could think of, which we've never seen up here, is like some big bull elk. Like something that had substantial weight that could just sit there and just boom, boom. So it would be this whooping type noise and then stomping in place. And it happened like 3 times. And then the last time it happened, it sounded like it was then running or walking this way. And I was at the front door and I kept looking here expecting to see it. And it whooped again or whatever it was. And it was actually like 50 feet further back the other way.
Wow.
And then after it did that, and it didn't stomp after it did that, I could hear another one up in the hills somewhere responding to it. And then it was like this back and forth for a little bit, and that was it.
That's cool.
Yeah. And the wolves didn't get on edge. They weren't howling. They didn't see. I mean, most of them were just sleeping through it. The others were just laying there with no problem whatsoever.
Dang.
So almost like whatever it was, they've heard it before or seen it before, and it was just not a big deal to them.
Comfortable with
Yeah.
it. So, do you think that was maybe them just being like, letting you know that they're around or here?
I mean, I didn't take it as aggressive whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more just like whatever it was. And again, I mean, I just don't, unless it was a bear, but I've never heard a bear do that. And I've never seen a bear just stand there in one place and just, you know, I mean, I literally don't know what else it could have been.
Yeah, and it doesn't
So-
sound like any animals you've heard of.
Not that
here,
we've
so-
ever encountered.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going down to your gate area, which is where it sounds like you've had quite a bit of activity. Like you've-
Yeah, in that general area to the left, and then we've seen footprints off to the right as well. The calling of itself, I've never heard before, and I can't duplicate it or replicate it if I tried. I mean, yeah, it was no
thing it was like.
I can't, nothing. That's the thing. It
Yeah.
wasn't, it was like nothing I've ever heard before.
You said it had kind of a potential, like a little whoop quality
Exactly.
to it?
Yeah, yeah.
So it wasn't like one long, solid howl. It was kind of like whoop, doing...
Yeah,
Changes in
that
pitch
lasted a
and-
few seconds as it went. but
Okay.
yeah. And it sounded like it was right in here.
Wow. Oh, and then there was potentially a second one deeper into the
They
woods.
would have been back out that way. So it sounded
Responding?
like I heard 3 calls right here in this
Wow.
in this general area.
Okay.
But then every time after it was done calling, you would hear like, but so loud
Yeah,
and like
heavy.
slamming the ground. I mean, you could tell how heavy whatever it was doing it. And I heard it all the way from the house, like clear as day. Couldn't feel it, but it was just, I mean, just boom, boom.
Yeah.
And you could hear branches cracking or whatever, but it sounded like it was in one place. It did not sound like it was moving every time it did it. It was in the same spot. So when I thought after the last one, it sounded like it was then walking towards me up to the house. So I literally thought it was going to be coming right up that property line.
Yeah.
And I kept looking for it. And then the next thing I heard, it was whooping back there. Like the most bizarre thing. And then when it whooped back there, then there was something back in the hills up there that responded to it with the same exact call.
Would you guys ever try doing recordings?
Oh,
with, like,
absolutely.
audio and stuff?
Absolutely.
We left them a recorder tonight just for the fun of it because it's the blood moon.
We were
And what
Sure.
better place would
Yeah.
you want to be and pick up audio than wolves howling on a blood moon?
anytime there's kind of like some astrological stuff going on, like big things, we just kind of anticipate like, oh, tonight's a good night
Could
to
be
record.
could be
because-
active.
And we
Yeah.
usually do have luck with that. I'm trying to think what the last thing even was. It wasn't a full moon. It was like planetary alignment or something like that. And yeah,
Yeah.
stuff
Maybe they paid
happens.
attention to the astrological stuff. I mean, why wouldn't they? If it makes just scientifically, if the moon makes the tides act crazy, why wouldn't it make certain
Yeah.
instincts
Yeah.
and behavior? I mean, the ER is fuller on a full moon for a reason, right?
And I've talked to doctors and nurses and they swear by it. Yeah. I mean, they swear by full moons and ERs being
Yeah.
busier.
Bartenders dread it too.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll ask you here before, I don't want to keep you guys too long, but what do you want people to know about not only your sanctuary, but some misnomers about wolves in general? You know, things, educate people a little bit on this.
They're not aggressive. They're not killers. That's the biggest misunderstanding. They don't want to hurt people. They don't want to be around people. So like we had neighbors that hadn't come down to see our place until like 5 years after we moved in. And the sweetest couple ever. And they brought their daughter and she had a young child. And the daughter says, I already told my kid, don't go up to the fence. They're highly aggressive. And just starts going off on all these different things, which was really sweet. But I said to her, literally everything you said was 100% wrong. and that's the problem is people don't realize how they actually are. They just see a pack of wolves that can be intimidating in the wild, obviously, instead of like a single cougar or something like that. But they're not looking to go after people. The wolves have never done anything to us.
Yeah.
They've never acted aggressively. They've never snapped. They've never lunged. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So that's the biggest thing, I think.
No luck, Ash?
Not yet. I'm
Well, just describe
I'm
it.
determined to find it. So I'm sure at some point today I'll find it.
Describe what you have. So what did you capture? It was all accidental. You didn't know there was something over there.
No, it just happened in the middle of the
It was
night.
in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
but it triggered because we have all of our camera set to motion,
Yeah.
detecting. So the camera started recording, and it was this long glowing light that was kind of undulating. And
It was almost playful.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was big though.
Is
It
it?
wasn't little. It was
Okay.
like almost the size of what a human body would be. And it hung out for a while, and then it kind of just zipped off.
Elevated above the ground?
Oh, it was elevated.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
What you described with the ghost kind of sounds a little bit orby, or a little bit
Yeah,
of what we
yeah.
experience with these plasma balls in the
Yep.
woods.
Yeah.
We've picked up orbs and photographs.
Have you?
More on our
Yeah.
island property when we had the island property.
We were living on Woodby Island, and we had like 8 acres over there.
Oh, yeah.
And we took pictures of fairies in the shade that were like bright, lit up with color, and you can see the wings and the legs and everything. I mean, it was just
Wow.
like, and you could feel them. And we weren't living there, but we'd take a couple of the wolves with us, and they would follow the wolves.
Oh, really?
Most fascinating thing
Well, we
ever.
realized it because we would take a
Yeah.
lot of pictures of the
Yeah.
animals when they were out running around the woods, and we started really dissecting the pictures. And it was like you could follow these orbs, and they would always be right around the animals. And then we started zooming in on them, and that's when we saw that we caught one with like you could totally see that
Yeah,
length of
distinct
body
wings and everything
wings.
else. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, John and Ashley so kindly are letting us leave this task cam out here tonight. So we kind of did a little walking around, and we're feeling like this is the vibe. So I think we're gonna put it on a tree along this trail here.
What they call like the fairy forester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the possible fairy vibes in here. We don't really need to hide it because there's no use in trying to hide something. I was actually just looking at like these 2 trees right here.
Really? Okay.
I don't know.
I like it.
I mean, if we're not trying to be sneaky about it, we don't have to worry about someone coming in here and trying to like snag this. I'm a little short for that.
I'll put it up for you because I know it's a
Trade
little
these.
bit of a right up here. Literally wrap it around this branch, and hopefully what are the chances tonight that the wolves will go off? Pretty good, right? Like
Oh, they howl every night.
every night?
Yeah, cool.
All right. I think that's kind of a wrap here, but before we go, like how can people eventually take a tour here? What do they do? How do they look
Yeah,
you
we
guys
actually
up?
have it online at just bluemountainwolves.com,
Okay.
and we're looking to open up again, hopefully in the summertime.
Okay.
So once we get all the fencing done and everything else.
And they just make an appointment and
Yeah, everything's essentially private tours, so we're not just
Yeah,
open
yeah,
to
yeah.
people just rolling up. So
Do you have like you can sponsor a wolf? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
That's all
absolutely.
on the website too.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
So 100% of all proceeds goes to the animals. We don't take money out of any donation.
Yeah. We
So
don't support
we're
any
firm-
admin
firm
costs
believers
for
in that.
donations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all goes to
So-
the animals.
all right. Thanks, John.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no.
Appreciate it.